The highly anticipated Venom movie is finally out, and well, it hasn't been getting the best of reviews. For those of you out of the loop, the movie starring Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock isn't affiliated with Marvel Studios or the MCU, but rather, it's a Sony film. And leading up to its release, it had given fans some promising expectations thanks to Venom's aesthetic, matching the Todd McFarlane style of the character from the comics. According to Tom Hardy, a large chunk of the movie was cut in the editing room, including his favorite parts, which many feel may be the reason why some critics are giving it a lackluster review. But all that aside, there is one part of the film that still has people really excited, and that's the end credit scenes. It may not be an MCU movie, but it sure as hell brought fans the same kind of gusto that the franchise is known for once the credits start to roll. So today we are going to break down that end credit scene. And of course, major spoiler warning for the rest of this video, guys. You may want to take off now if you don't want the movie ruined, or at least this scene ruined. So there's two post-credit scenes in Venom, but let's start off with the first, which appears midway through the credits. It features Woody Harrelson, who many believed prior to the film's release would be playing Cletus Kasady, and that guess was spot on. So why is this a big deal? Because in the comics, Cletus Kasady is the host of Venom's arch-nemesis, Carnage. In the post-credit scene, Harrelson shows up, wearing a really unfortunate wig that we won't talk about because it's kinda cringe. Anywho, Harrelson has requested to be interviewed by Eddie Brock specifically. Eddie is visiting the San Quentin State Prison, where Kasady is known as the prison's most dangerous inmate. And in the scene, Cletus tells Eddie, I quote, "When I get out of here, and I will, there's going to be carnage."
There's gonna be carnage.
Yep, quite literally we suspect. Right on the nose there, aren't you? So let's jump back a bit. Earlier on in the movie, we found out that the bluish symbiote that we saw briefly at the Life Foundation has gone missing. Now this is touched on really briefly, in a comment from Jenny Slate's character and Riz Ahmed's Dr. Carlton Drake. But it isn't really talked about afterwards. Now this could imply that the symbiote, which is missing, has found a new host in the form of Kasady, hence why Kasady has specifically requested for Eddie to interview him. He could already be aware that Brock is the host of the Venom symbiote. But this could also mean something else, if that symbiote isn't the one who bonded with Cletus, considering Cletus is still in prison. Now in the comics, Carnge's origin story is as follows. Eddie is incarcerated. He ends up in the same prison as Cletus, who is his cellmate. Cletus is a notorious and quite brutal serial killer, and when Venom resurfaces in Eddie breaks out of prison. But Venom does something that Eddie is unaware of. He leaves behind one of his seeds. Now Clintar, which is the race of the symbiotes, with their offspring, are not parental or sentimental at all. They give birth to them in the form of these seeds and then abandon them immediately. And each offspring is innately stronger than its parent symbiote, which is why this seed is such a threat. Thinking it won't be an issue though, Venom never communicates this to Eddie until afterwards, when it's revealed that the symbiote has bonded with Cletus Kasady after Eddie had escaped. Cletus becomes Carnage and goes on a killing spree, murdering people and then writing his name in their blood at each crime scene. Now if that origin were to play out, this could mean one of two things. The first being that the symbiote in the Life Foundation in the film that got away was already spawned from Venom and has now found its way to Kasady. Or it could mean that when Eddie is in the prison interviewing Cletus, Venom drops off the symbiote seed there, doesn't tell Eddie about it, and that's how Cletus ends up with it. This would make a bit more sense because A, that means Eddie doesn't have to go to prison, although that would be an interesting plotline for the sequel, and B, the symbiote could be red in color, as opposed to going with that bluish one from earlier on in the movie. Regardless, we know we'll be seeing Carnage in the sequel film, if a sequel is made. So what about that other post-credit scene? Well, it's actually just a preview for another film, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and is introduced with the caption, "Meanwhile in another universe." Of course, this has nothing to do with Venom and was likely a choice made in order to promote the upcoming film, which people are really hyped for already. Anyway, what do you guys all think? If you haven't seen the film yet, are you gonna go catch Venom in theaters? And how do you think Carnage will be introduced into the sequel movie, if there is one? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. Also, heads up, we'll be doing a Venom Easter egg video, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and come check that out when it goes live. In the meantime though, thanks for watching everybody. I'll catch you on the next video.